This is Morten from INKISH TV, and to be honest, it's really a pleasure to meet fellow Europeans here at the Printing United in Las Vegas in the 2022 edition. Tom, good to see you.
Good to have you.
4Ps, before we talk about anything else, why 4Ps?
We have been around for about 15 years, originally as a distributor, but now we're doing more and more integration work, and so that's why we've come to Printed United to actually talk to customers, to talk about their automation needs, and to see how we can help them implement better automation.
But you're not answering my question, my friend. I asked what the 4Ps stand for.
The 4Ps. The 4Ps, they stand for the 4Ps of marketing, actually. We, at the very, very beginning, started as a marketing and sales agencies, and the 4Ps stand for product, place, price, and promotion.
Of course,
yeah.
I should know because I come also from a marketing background, but I didn't put it into the relation of 4Ps as a. I was just about to say software company, but you're not really a software company in one way, right?
We're not a software company in the sense that we do not develop standard products. We are a software company in the sense that we sell and implement software products, and we also build bespoke solutions around that.
Yeah. Great, so that is now established, right? We have understood why you're here, and we understood that 4Ps come from the marketing messages in the past.
Exactly.
Great. So now I have another question that is maybe as stupid, because I'm saying that, okay, we are here in Las Vegas,
yeah,
but you're from Belgium, right?
Yeah.
So why are you here?
Well, I think that when you talk about automation, you're typically looking at industrialized markets. We have those markets in Europe. We also have them in the US. And then the question is, who is serving those markets? With our history as a distributor, we've seen that the landscape of people doing implementations has changed. We used to have graphic arts resellers that were selling hardware, consumables, and software along with that. The focus of those traditional resellers has shifted to really focus on the hardware and the consumables. At the same time, if you look at the technology from a software point of view, it has and broadened and deepened, and so it is very difficult for those traditional resellers to really do full-scale implementations on those different products.
So that basically means that since you don't have a computer here, since you are basically having I think a really nice graphics that comply to your graphics overall, but what you're basically saying that is that the skills that you as a company have gained over a long time is basically the implementation part, to make sure that customers don't ask for a particular piece of automation, but they talk to you about what they want to achieve.
Exactly. So we still see that too often in our industry, people are looking at a product to solve their issues. And the product, the technology, certainly is part of that. But we've seen with too many customers that they buy products that they only use a part of because they're not accompanied in the right way. And so that's why what we try to change, we initiate a relationship with a customer, typically with a discovery session where we try to show them what the possibilities are with technology, but at the same time discovering what the needs are of the customer to actually deliver the right solution and not just a product that we think is the right one at that moment.
So let's take an example. Let's say that you are let's say you're a printing company,
yeah,
and you have invested in a web-to-print solution,
yeah,
and you are not really utilizing the power of, let's say, both an MIS system and a web-to-print solution. Is that where you can say, okay, this is, of course, if you understand both technologies, but is that the kind of thing where you can say, okay, let's try to maximize and utilize the full potential of that investment that people already have done, or?
I think that that's exactly part of where we come in, is that once again, as you say, people buy an MIS system with a specific task in mind. They buy a web-to-print system to reach out to their customers or to serve them online in a different way. However, they typically buy it from one vendor, and the systems are either not or badly connected. If you look at really how to take full advantage of automation downstream, it is to leverage the information that is in those different systems and to really get that connected together to be able to implement full automation.
But in this particular scenario, I agree with you, but I was just thinking that sometimes when you look at, for example, web-to-print solution and MIS systems, if you look at them like 10 years ago, it was almost like two different silos, right? But today now it's starting to integrate. You see a MIS system that also have some kind of storefront capabilities, and you see web-to-print solutions that have perfectly planning tools and things like that built in. So is that also an opportunity for 4Ps to basically say that you can bridge the business needs, also being, you know, kind of a consultant slash advisor for customers looking into new solutions?
Yeah, I think so. And once again, I go back to our methodology. Our methodology is really to look at the needs of a customer. What is it exactly that they're trying to achieve? And I think that you're right in the sense that there is an increasing overlap between products. And so an MIS product might have some web-to-print capabilities. Customers tend to be blinded by that, and they say, oh, I've got this MIS and it has web-to-print capabilities.
But maybe not good enough?
But not the ones that they're looking for the business that they're doing. And so that's indeed what we help them with.
So Tom, as we spoke about before, you are from Belgium, but you actually serve customers globally, or at many countries at least, right?
Exactly.
So how, I mean, I would like to know what country, not all countries, but some countries you serve, but I was just more curious about, is there type of business you do becoming a global thing as well? Because I mean, sometimes you said that, okay, you maybe have a local distributor taking care of both consultancy and implementation and everything like this. But as a company from Belgium, I was just like, serving American customers, do you have to fly here all the time, or can you do it remotely, or what? How do you actually do these things?
Yeah. So I think that everybody by now has realized that COVID has some advantages, and having to do remote work has enabled us to more easily sell remote work as such. I think that before COVID, we were still we would have been inclined to fly out more easily. I think that today we can very easily say, for the type of projects that we do, most of the time there's no on-site presence required.
So does that also mean that it opens up for entirely new types of businesses? Because I mean, I remember I visited a printing company in Maryland here in the US, and they had like 2 InFocus switch developers, but they were sitting 2 different locations in America as well. But I mean, that also opens up like for entirely new kind of services, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And is that something you do, or?
Yeah, so we do anything. If you look at the type of projects that we do, the geography by itself doesn't really matter anymore. Whether we have a customer in Belgium or a customer in the US.
It's only the time zones.
It's only the time zone that makes the difference. But the way that we work is very similar. And okay, if you've got a customer that is just around the corner, you will have a tendency to go and visit them a little bit more frequently. But traffic in Belgium is hell. So why go out if you don't really have to?
You mentioned to me before the camera was turned on that you have got visitors that's just passing by and see, okay, we implement automation from, right? So I was just thinking that, have you, because that is something I have experienced myself, have you met people here for the first time that you have only met online before?
Yeah, fully.
That is just fun, isn't it?
Yeah, that's good. And so in such a way, having a presence here is great, because we have been speaking to a lot of people online, people that we have either done projects with already, that we're in a preparation phase of, or people that we have been in touch with that have downloaded a product here or there, that are now coming to us and that are trying to see what we can do more for them. This morning we met, actually the first contact that we had is somebody who came up to us and said, oh, you're the guys who are developing Switch apps, that's great. And so we started talking to them about how we can assist, how we could assist them further, further optimizing the automation that they already implemented.
So even for a cold computer heart, it's nice to meet people.
It is, and I'm probably the less cold computer nerd within the company, but it is good to meet people. Yeah.
Thank you, Tom. Great to see you.
Thanks, Morten.